Good morning, everybody. Now we're working. Microphone wasn't on. Good morning to Yoga on the Beach. This is the Whit Sundays. My name's Grant. We're going to start from a standing position, palms together in front of the heart. Soften the eyes closed. Now, when you bring your palms together, try not to be soft and soggy through the elbows, but gently press the palms. And it's not like you're forcing the palms together, but gently pressing the palms together. And then a gentle way of gauging this is whether the elbows are in line with the wrists. As you inhale now, press the feet down into the mat and start to shrug the shoulders up to the ears, but just keep a gentle activation so there's no tensing through the body. And then as you exhale, shoulder blades slide down and back. This time as you inhale, shrug the shoulders up, but just go into the opposite direction. So you'll have a habit for the direction you want to shrug the shoulders. Just go in the opposite direction this time. And then in your next inhale, interlace the fingers. Take the arms up high. Exhale over to your left. So you'll look opposite to me. Lengthen through the center. Exhale over to your right. And then from here, reaching your way up high, release the hands and come straight down into your first forward fold. Now just exploring how your first forward fold feels. Fingertips to the mat. On your inhale, just bring the hands just above the knees, flatten the back to look forward so you're in a halfway lift. Then as you exhale, bend the knees as much as you need to plant the palms upon the mat. And from there, see if you can straighten the legs without the palms lifting. And then on your inhale, stepping back into your first high plank. From here, you can bring the knees down. You might keep them up if you like. And then get the elbows to skim the ribs. Watch out for your microphone. See if you can get your chest and chin to skim the mat. Gently into your first cobra. Chin to the sternum, arch the spine up high. And then tuck the toes. As you lift the knees up, you'll straighten the legs and you've come into your first downward dog. And just pedaling into the feet, just exploring into the limbs here. When you're ready, float up to the toes, look forward between the hands, and on your exhale, take step by step by step, straight leg walk all the way up to the top of the mat. Finish with the fingers under the toes. When you get there, let the head hang down. Now as you inhale, halfway lift. And then take the hands behind the ankles, come a little bit deeper to your fold. And then inhaling, coming up. Palms will come together overhead, hands to the heart. Straight away on your inhale now, interlace the fingers. Take the arms up high again, reaching your way up. Exhale, this time you'll go to the right, then through the center. Exhale, over to the left. And then from here, reaching your way up high, release the hands, diving into that forward fold. Fingertips or palms to the mat. And then halfway lift. Now as you exhale, bend the knees to plant the palms. And again, see if you can straighten the legs without the palms lifting. On your inhale now, step back your right leg. So your palms press down, knee forward, heel back. Inhaling up to the fingers. Exhale, press the palms down, knee forward, heel back, then step back, high plank. Soft knees or full chaturanga this time, come through your vinyasa. Up into downward facing dog. Just pressing into the palms, press the heels down that little bit. And then on your inhale, float up to the toes. Bring the gaze forward between the hands. And now draw your right knee all the way up into the sternum. Maybe you can even get your knee to your nose. Your nose to your knee will be easier. And then exhale, plant that right foot between the palms. As you inhale, lift up to the fingers so you look forward like you're about to run. Then as you exhale, you press the palms down. Knee goes forward, the heel goes back. And then your next inhale, step straight forward into your forward fold. Take the fingers under the toes. Then on your inhale, halfway lift. From here, soften the knees slightly, take the hands behind the ankles, and then come a little bit deeper into that fold. And then when you're ready, unwinding your way upright again. Palms come together, hands to the heart, and then interlace the fingers. Take the arms up high again. Reach through those fingers. And now this time over to your right first. Back up through the center, and then over to your left. And then back up into the center. From here, release the hands, diving into that fold. Fingertips or palms to the mat. Halfway lift. Now bend the knees to plant the palms, and then straighten the legs as much as you can. Ideally now you'll start to find that you can get that little bit more length without the palms lifting. Your next inhale, step back. Your left leg this time. Palms down, press the knee forward. Then as you inhale, lift up to the fingers. Exhale, plant them and press. And then your next inhale, step straight back. Soft knees if you want again, otherwise full chaturanga, just controlling the transition. So you're moving with a mindful control through breath and body. Up into downward facing dog. Just exploring into the limbs, how do the shoulders feel? This is our third or fourth downward facing dog. Can you start to turn the armpits towards the ears? And then on your inhale, floating up to the toes. Look forward between the hands. Draw your left knee up into the sternum this time. See if you can take your nose towards your knee. And then plant that foot. Inhale straight up to the fingers. Gaze goes forward. Exhale, plant those palms again. Press the knee forward and the heel back. Your next inhale, step straight forward. Fingers under toes. You're into your forward fold. As you inhale now, halfway lift. Now, soften the knees just a little. Take the hands behind the ankles again. Come a little bit deeper into that fold. And then on your inhale, you can unwind your way up. Palms come together. Hands come to the heart. And then as you inhale, interlacing the fingers. Take the arms up high. And then again, from here, over to your left. Find the opening through the side of the body, through the shoulder. Don't push the hips to the side though. Lengthen up. And then to your right. And then back into the middle. From here, we'll come into Sun Salutation B Variation. So release the hands, folding down. Can you get the fingers down? Can you get the palms flat? Halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees to plant those palms. Now, see if you can straighten the legs. This time on your inhale, you can step or you might jump back into your high plank. Knees up or down is up to you. As long as the elbows skim the ribs as you come through that vinyasa movement. And then up into downward facing dog. And just pedaling into the feet. Pressing forward and back again, exploring into your downward dog. This time on your inhale, take your right leg up, three-legged. Exhale, you'll draw the knee forward, touch the sternum, plant the foot, and then inhale, lift your way straight up into your first standing position, your high crescent lunge, and just start to coax the opening into the hips. So your tailbone will curl up as you reach into the fingers. Exhale, coax the knee forward and the heel back, but keep lifting or pressing this thigh and hip up towards the ceiling. Exhale, the knee goes forward, the heel goes back. One more here. Good. Plant the palms. Finish with your left knee down, but don't just drop it down, slide it back. Keep that opening you've achieved through the hips. And now take the arms up high. Bring the palms together overhead so you're into your kneeling lunge, Anjalyasana. Lengthen into fingers. Exhale, the hips press forward. Lengthen into fingers. Exhale, the hips press forward. One more. And then on this exhale, plant the palms and then step straight back. If you want a stronger option, you can have that right leg up and elevated as you flow through. Up into downward facing dog. And just starting to explore into the limbs here again. And then on an inhale, start to take your left leg up three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee forward so it touches the sternum. Plant the foot. Inhaling, lifting your way straight up. High crescent lunge. And come that little bit more into the hips. So the tailbone will curl up. You lift and lengthen. Exhale, expanding forward. 2 more breaths here. And then on this exhale, start to plant those palms. And then just find that opening, even if that leg slides back a little bit. Bring the knee down so it goes down and back, not just down. And then lift the arms up, bring the palms together overhead. Careful not to collapse or drop into this front hip. So you keep pressing that hip up to the ceiling. Exhale, hips go forward. 2 more now. 1 more. Now, start to plant those palms. Activate that right leg so your knee comes up. And then step straight back. You're into high plank. If you like, keep the left leg elevated as you flow through. Cobra or up dog. And then straight up into downward facing dog. And this is our last warming position. So we'll start to come into stronger movement from here. So stay here as long as you want. Exploring into the limbs. Armpits turn towards your ears if they can. When you're ready, float to toes. Gaze goes forward. And then from here, it's up to you. 3 options. You can walk, you can step, or you might jump to the top of the mat. Finishing with fingers under toes first. Forward fold. And then on your inhale, halfway lift. This time, soften the knees a little. Hug the backs of the knees. If that's too much, you can just have the hands behind the ankles. Otherwise, hug the backs of the knees and then see if you can straighten the legs, and that'll get nice into the shoulders as well. And then when you're ready, release. Shakety shake, a little bit of a ragdoll swing side to side. And then on your inhale, unwinding your way up. Palms come together, hands to the heart. And then from here, just soft awareness of the breath. Inhale, shoulders can shrug up. Exhaling. Now on your inhale, interlace and take the arms up high again. Really reach through the fingers. Exhale, over to your right first this time. And then on your inhale, back up through the center. And then over to your left. Now we're coming into that stronger movement. So lengthen your way up high from here. Bend the knees. When you press into the knees, your knees will come over the big toes. So when you look down, kneecaps are straight over the big toes. Try not to arch the back, but keep that natural length through the spine. Lengthening into those fingers. Exhale, turn the triceps in a little bit. Broaden the back of the heart. 2 more breaths here in your chair pose. And then release. Forward fold, plant those palms, but keep the knees bent while you plant the palms. Then see if you can straighten the legs without the palms lifting. They may not. Then on your inhale, step or jump back into high plank. Come through that vinyasa movement, knees are up or down. But making sure that your elbows skim the ribs, so it's chaturanga vinyasa movement, not push-ups. And then on your inhale, start to take the right leg up again, 3-legged. Exhale, as you drift into high plank, bring your right knee to the right elbow. Then as you inhale, straight back up into 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee forward into the sternum. See if you can take your nose to your knee, and then inhale straight back up. Exhale now, bring your right knee to your left elbow. As it gets there, peel your left arm up. If you need, bring your right knee down. Otherwise, extend the leg. I'll show you this from the other side shortly. Press through the bottom hand so you reach up. And then exhale, plant the palm. Draw the knee in. And then plant that foot between the palms. Lift your way straight up into high crescent lunge again. Reaching up into the fingers. Exhale. Press the knee forward and the heel back. Ideally, you'll have this knee over the ankle so it's stacked. And then you're not dropping into this front hip. Lengthen up. Exhale. Coax knee forward and press the heel back so that forward and back movement or expansion is equal through the limbs. 1 more breath here. And then on your exhale, swivel on that back foot so that your feet now, if you're to look at your feet, your heels would be in a line, but your back foot is 45 degrees to your front foot, so your feet say 10 o'clock. The arms are elevated, so you're in warrior one. 2 more breaths here. Lengthen up in the fingers. This time as you exhale, straighten the front leg, flatten the belly, bring the arms beside the body, and bring the torso down so it's parallel to the mat. And you've come into pyramid pose, but keep the feet in that same position as though you're in warrior one. And the fingers reach back, so we're not just collapsing here into the pose, but you're active through the core. So if you can stay parallel to the mat, fingers reach back, head extends forward. 2 more breaths. As you exhale, you press the heart down towards the mat. 1 more. Now, without jumping, drift into that front knee. So you're drifting forward to the front knee, comes over the ankle again. Then see if you can float the back leg and straighten that right leg. So you're into your first standing balance, warrior 3. Arms stay active beside the body, toes turned down. Set your own goal. You might have 3, 4, or 5 breaths. As soon as you're finished, bring that left foot next to the right and the palms together in front of the heart. And then as you inhale from the top of the mat, interlace the fingers, lengthen your way up high. Straight away this time bend the knees and come straight into Utkatasana chair pose. You're lengthening your way up. Make sure knees are over toes again when you're at the top of the mat. 2 more breaths. Then release the hands. Keep the knees bent till you plant the palms. Then see if you can straighten those legs. Then on your inhale, step or jump. Come through that vinyasa movement. Back into downward facing dog. And just pedaling into the feet. And then on your inhale, it's your left leg up, 3-legged dog. And then exhale, the knee comes forward to your left elbow. Inhale, straight back up into 3-legged dog. Then as you exhale, draw the knee forward to the sternum. See if you can get the nose to the knee. And then long into your leg, 3-legged. Exhale, take that left knee to the right elbow. And now you'll see fallen triangle from this side. So you can have the knee down if you prefer, or you can extend the leg, but make sure you're not collapsing into that bottom shoulder. You keep pressing through that hand. 1 more breath. And then plant the palm. Knee comes straight into the sternum. Plant the foot. And then lift your way straight up into high crescent lunge. And then expanding into the hips. Press that knee forward. Press the heel back, lengthening into the fingers. Exhale. Reaching into the fingers. Exhale, expanding. 1 more. Now on this exhale, swivel on the back foot. So remember, a straight line, like you're on a tightrope, from heel to heel. This time your back foot will say 2 o'clock. So it's at 45-degree angle. And then see if you can get that left knee over the left ankle. 2 more breaths here. Now, start to straighten that front leg and then use the arms as levers so it helps to control your transition down parallel to the mat so you're in pyramid pose. Fingers reach back, crown of the head extends forward. Exhale, you press the heart down. 2 more. Without jumping, just start to drift forward into that front leg. So you just start to bend the knee. You'll feel your center of gravity, your body weight will come forward. And then just keep that nice transition so it's active through the whole body. So your arms and your leg aren't heavy. They're really active, so they're counterweights, not dead weights. See if you can get 3, go to 4 or 5 breaths if you want. When you're finished, straight to the top of the mat, palms together in front of the heart. And this time, take a few breaths here. Just softening into the breath at the top of the mat. Notice how the body feels now. And then on your next inhale, interlace the fingers, take the arms up high. Straight away bend the knees, keep the arms adjacent to the ears, and then you're into chair pose again. And just check when you look down, knees are over toes. Reaching into those fingers. Exhale into chair. 2 more. And then releasing down. Keep the knees bent as you plant the palms and see if you can straighten those legs forward fold. Letting the head hang. And then when you're ready, step or jump. Back into your high plank. Come through that movement again. Downward facing dog. Just pedaling into the feet. Now, on your inhale, right leg up again, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee forward, body forward, knee to the right elbow, straight away up into three-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes forward, nose to the knee if you can, into the sternum, then straight up into three-legged dog again. And then exhale, your right knee to your left elbow. Now, either plant the knee, so I'll show you this version. You can take that knee down or you can extend the leg. One more breath. Now, plant the palm, draw the knee right into the sternum, then plant the foot. And this time, before you lift up, swivel on the back foot. So the feet are in the line with the heels, and the back foot says 10 o'clock. So when you lift up, you've come straight up into Warrior One. Now, tailbone curls up and you reach into the fingers. Don't bunch the shoulders by the ear though, or ears. And then see if you can take the arms around behind and interlace the fingers. If that's a little bit too much, you can always just have one hand to each elbow. Otherwise, from here, don't just have the hands resting if they're interlaced. You want to lever them away. So you want to get as much distance between your thumbs and your sacrum as is practical for you. 2 more breaths. As you lever the arms away, use the shoulder blades to press the heart forward. Your next inhale, straighten that front leg, and then lead forward with the heart. And again, you've come down parallel to the mat. This time you're in pyramid pose with the fingers bound. And we want to take 3 breaths here. One more. Now you'll drift and don't jump off that back foot. Resist any urge to spring off the back toes. Now you want 3, 4 or 5 breaths here again. See if you can stay parallel. If you want a little bit more, only if you want. After you've had your first 3, 4 or 5 breaths, you might bend that left leg and then see if you can get both hands around the foot. But again, your goal is to stay parallel. And again, it's 3, 4 or 5 breaths. When you're finished there, interlace fingers again, plant the left foot, and you've come straight down into that forward fold. Leave the arms behind. And then here, maybe you can get the nose to the knees, maybe not. And then press through the feet into the knuckles, and that will bring you upright. And then just release the hands, give them a bit of a shakety shake. Palms come together in front of the heart again. And then on your inhale, interlace those fingers, take the arms up high. As you exhale again, straight into chair pose. So bend the knees, settle into chair. 3 breaths here, knees are over the big toes. 2 more. Arms are next to the ears. 1 more. And then release. Keep the knees bent till you plant the palms. Then see if you can straighten those legs. And then from here, when you're ready, step or jump. Again, come through that vinyasa movement. Up into downward facing dog. To the other side now, left leg is up, 3-legged. Exhale, knee to the left elbow. Straight away on your inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the sternum, nose to the knee. Straight away your next inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw that left knee to the right elbow, and then plant the knee or extend the leg, open into your fallen triangle and reach through those fingers. Then on your exhale, plant that palm. Inhale, knee to sternum. Exhale, plant that foot. Swivel on that back foot. So now again, heels are in alignment. This time back foot says 2 o'clock again. And then lift up. So you're straight into Warrior One. So remember to reach up high. Find as much length through the spine as you can. And then interlace fingers behind the body. And we want to have different fingers on the outside if you can remember which ones. It might just feel really, really weird. 3 breaths here, warrior 1. Keep levering the arms away. So remember, use that leverage so you press the arms back, and then that creates space between the thumbs and the sacrum. The heart will press forward. 2 more. And then your next inhale, straighten your front leg. And then lead forward, flatten the belly so you're controlling your transition downward. Come parallel to the mat. And then keep levering the arms up. Keep pressing the knuckles away. Crown of the head extends forward. Then on your exhale, you press that heart down. 2 more. Then when you're ready, drifting forward, don't jump, don't spring off the back foot, floating your way up. Keep the back toes turned down. Get as parallel to the mat as you can. Keep levering the arms up. If you're finished there after 3 breaths, or 4 or 5, if you're not doing the extra bit, just come into that forward fold with the hands bound. Otherwise, if you did so on the other side, see if you can get the hands to the foot on this side, your right foot. When you're finished, see if you can get 3 breaths, 4 or 5 if you want. Otherwise, when you're finished, straight down into forward fold at the top of the mat. Arms are bound behind. A few more breaths. And then when you're ready, press through the feet into the knuckles. Bring the body upright. Release the arms. A little bit of a shake. Palms together in front of the heart. And then inhale, interlace the fingers again, straight up, lengthen the body like a pencil. Exhale, bend the knees, chair pose, lengthening up into the fingers. Last one of these for the morning or for this class. Settle into chair. 2 more breaths. And then release. Keep the knees bent, plant the palms, and now, moment of truth. See if you can really straighten those legs without the palms lifting, and then step or jump. Come through that vinyasa movement, back into downward facing dog, and then up into your downward dog. Now, on your inhale, take your right leg up, 3-legged. Exhale, drift into your high plank. Bring that right knee up, touch that right elbow. Straight away, up into 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes into the sternum. See if you can bring the nose to the knee. And then straight up, 3-legged again. Exhale, draw the knee over. Touch that left elbow and then open straight into fallen triangle. Last one on this side. So knee down or leg extended, up to you. Plant that palm. Knee comes back in and straight away plant that foot. Now, before you lift up, swivel on the back foot. So again, like your heels are in a line on a tightrope, but this time your back foot is 90 degrees to your front foot, and then windmill your way up so that when you come up, your feet say 9 o'clock and you're in warrior 2. So I'll turn just so you can see my other side. Okay, from here, 2 more breaths. And then from here, what we want to do, start to straighten that front leg and reach forward and then tip down. So you've come straight into triangle pose. And just check when you look down that your nose is over your shin or your ankle, so your upper and lower body are aligned. And then from here, when you're ready, start to bend that front knee, bring your elbow under the knee, and then as you come forward, bring your left ear or your top arm to bring your arm to your ear, not your ear to your arm. So your top arm to your top ear. And when you look down, see if you've got a straight line from that bottom ankle all the way through your elbow to your shoulder to your ear. 2 more breaths here, extended side angle. And then when you're ready, lift your weight back into warrior 2. Good. Now from here, what we want to do, last standing balance. So you turn that front palm and then you windmill the arms, and then as you unwind, don't jump. It's really easy to jump, so we don't want to jump. Float your way up. Last standing balance, you're into your half moon. Keep reaching through the fingers up and down. And again, 3, 4 or 5 breaths. And then if you want a little more, bring your left hand to your left foot, your right arm to your right ear, so you're into dancer's pose. Skip this one if you want. And then when you're ready, drift back straight into warrior 2. And then turn the palm. Inhale, reverse peaceful warrior again. Then as you exhale, windmill down, plant those palms, and then step straight back into high plank and come through your vinyasa movement. So this will be our second last downward facing dog. I'm just going to change direction again so you can see from the other side as I come to standing. But take 3 breaths here. Then last little bit, inhale, left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee forward so it touches your left elbow, and then inhale, straight back up, 3-legged. Exhale, the knee comes forward, touch the sternum, knee to the sternum, nose to the knee if you can. Inhale, straight back up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw that knee straight over to your right elbow, and then open up your last fallen triangle. Reach up into the fingers. Exhale, plant that palm. Knee comes straight up into the sternum again, then plant that foot. Now before you stand up, take the time to align the heels so they're in that line. This time your back foot will say 3 o'clock, and you windmill your way up, straight up into warrior 2. And then your tailbone curls up, spine is long. Exhale, reach the fingers forward and back. 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, start to straighten the front leg and reach forward from the hips and then tip down. Make sure that the nose is over the shin, upper and lower body are aligned, and then you're into your triangle pose. 3 breaths here. One more. At the end of this exhale, start to bend that knee. So your left elbow comes onto the knee, then your right arm to your right ear. So again, you're in extended side angle pose. And you want to get that straight line from your left foot all the way through your ankle, your knee, your shoulder to your ear. 2 more breaths. And then level your way back out to warrior 2. Just get set here. Remember, no jumping. Turn that palm. And then you reverse, unwind with control. Resist any urge to spring off that back foot. Bring your way up into your last standing balance now, half moon pose. Your goal, remember, 3, 4 or 5 breaths. Then if you're adding in the dancer's pose, otherwise if you're skipping this, go straight to warrior 2 when you're ready. Stay a little longer in dances if you want to, otherwise straight to warrior 2 when you're done. And then from here, turn that palm again, reverse. Then as you exhale, windmill down, plant those palms, step straight back. And now, this is your last vinyasa, so control that transition, bring your way down, up, and then back into downward dog. And this is your last downward dog for the class, so we'll take 5 breaths here, really just expanding into the pose. See if the armpits will turn towards the ears, see if you can get the heels down. 4 more breaths. 3 more. So you can get your breath even longer and slower than mine. It won't matter if you spend longer in this pose than I do. 2 more. 1 more breath. Stay a little longer if you like. When you're ready, float to the toes, look forward between the hands, and then step, or if you're feeling adventurous, you can jump, land seated or cross-legged, and then extend the legs. And then from here, see if you can take your index and middle fingers, reach to your big toes, but don't hunch the spine just to get there. If you can't quite get to your toes, just wherever you reach is fine. It's better to keep a length and a nice shape through the spine and not reach as far than it is to reach further but get poor shape through the spine. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Now, release, and what you want to do is hug your right leg, give it a good squeeze. Now, what it will look like from the front is you're placing your right foot outside your left. Keep your left leg extended, and then take your arms up high, and firstly, roll your right arm around behind. So it will look from the side again. From here, roll your right arm around, and then wrap your left arm around your right knee. If you feel you can go further, take your elbow outside the knee. Hi, Yingcha. 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, unwind the upper body. Now, let me move. I'll just swivel around, because now what we want to do, arms come up. So we did the deeper twist first. So now see if, this might be a bit tricky. So you want to see if you can get your palms together. Then see if you can keep the palms together and get your elbow inside the knee. If that's too much, just release that left arm around behind and then keep that right elbow inside the knee. And then don't drop the chin, but keep length in the spine, twist. 3 breaths here. Good. Now, when you're ready, unwind from here. Keep the legs where they are for now. Plant the palms, and then see if you can come down to your elbows. Lift the knees up. Now, your right leg's already halfway around your left leg. See if you can get it all the way around. If not, just to here is fine. And then bring the head down. Take your left hand outside your right knee, and then gently take your knees over to the left. But only go so far as you can keep your right shoulder blade connected to the mat. If your right shoulder's lifting, you're losing most of the benefit of the twist, so just keep it down as much as you can, or soften the knees out. 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready from here, unwind the legs and then hug the knees in. Now bring the nose up to the knees. See if you can come into a really compact little cannonball shape. And then the trickiest thing all day, what we're going to do, see if you can come straight up into Navasana boat pose. If you need to have the hands down or under the knees, that's fine. But we've got half a minute here. That's our first 15 seconds, halfway through. Five to go. 3, 2, 1. Extend through the right leg, but hug through that left knee. And then to the other side now. So you'll plant that left foot out the side. So remember, from front on, it will look like so. And then we're coming into, so arms come up. Now, firstly, roll your left arm behind, and then wrap your right arm around your left knee. And if you want to go further, have the elbow outside the knee. And we'll have 3 breaths here. Two more. And then unwinding from here. I'll swivel to the other side. Now, arms come up. If you can, palms come together. See if you can keep the palms together as you bring your left elbow inside that knee. If that's too much, just release the arms and just keep the elbow there, and you can have the arm up or down. Find the version that suits you, and we've got 3 breaths from here. Two more. And then, as you're ready, unwinding from here, plant the palms, come down to the elbows, lift the knees. So remember, left leg is basically already halfway around the right leg, so you can get it all the way around. Otherwise, just even if it's just wherever it is now, that's okay. Gently come down so you don't bang your head, and then take your knees to the right. And again, just make sure, one side can be really different, so just check, is your left shoulder blade still connected to the mat? And if it's not, just lift the knees up a little. 3 breaths here. One more. And then unwinding the legs back up. Unwind the legs, give them a squeeze, give them a hug, bring the nose to the knees again, and then plant the foot, or plant the feet, sorry. Now, you want to have the knees touching, so we'll finish with so what we want to do, you'll curl the tailbone up, and then from here, see if you can interlace fingers underneath the body. Now, keep the knees so they're hip width, like you're squeezing a book or a block between the knees. And then make sure there's no weight on the back of the head, so you really engage through the core. If it's a little tricky to just keep the hands interlined, you can come onto the hands here. So you got 2 more breaths here, bridge pose. One more. And then gently release the hands, and then just slowly bring the vertebral column down, 1 vertebra at a time. Finish with the sacrum, and then from here, give the knees a squeeze and a hug. Come back to that cannonball shape, and then what we want to do now is just start to find a diamond. So bring your forefingers and your thumbs together. Then you use that diamond shape, place it underneath your sacrum. So we'll finish with fish pose. So your legs will go long. Then as you inhale, shrug the shoulders and the ears. Then as you exhale, lift up. Look at your toes first. And then inhale, look up. Exhale, look back. Bring the head to the mat, but don't put any weight on the head. And then just from here, you're in fish pose. So we're just bringing a little bit of counter movement or harmonizing movement through the neck. Another 2 breaths. And then when you're ready, just releasing your way down, and then again hugging the knees. Give them that really good squeeze. Forehead up to the knees, and then take your index fingers and middle fingers, wrap them around your big toes again. Open the feet up towards the ceiling, keep the sacrum to the mat, and then just happy baby, just gently here. So as you inhale, gently press the feet to the ceiling. Then as you exhale, see if you can get the knees towards the armpits, but don't force anything, just coax. 3 more like that. Inhale, the feet will press up. Exhale, knees into towards the armpits. 2 more now. Good. Now start to bring the soles of the feet together, and then just see if you can get the heels just to come towards perineum or towards your mat. Don't hurt anything. And then when you're ready, just release. Take your right foot to the right corner of the mat, your left foot to the left corner of your mat, and then from here you're softening into your Shavasana. Now this video will fade out, so you can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. Thank you for joining me at Yoga on the Beach in the Whit Sundays. I will see you all next time. Remember, stay in Shavasana as long as you like, or as long as you can. See you all next time. Thank you.